Hi, I'm Riaz Sidi at Queen Street Fair on behalf of Techopia Live. We're here at the launch of the very first Techopia magazine. We're super excited to speak to Ottawa business and tech leaders about the current state of tech in Ottawa in 2023 and 2024. So come join me, let's go. I'm here with John Sicard, CEO at Kinaxis. John, I want to know a little bit about your take on the state of technology in Ottawa.
Well, frankly, I think it's starting to take off. We're seeing a lot of great companies emerge. Obviously, Kinaxis is one of them, but not the only. You know, I like to remind people you got companies like Ross Video and Calian, and of course Shopify. You can't forget Shopify. But honestly, I think we're on an upswing. Despite the pandemic, we're on an upswing.
Certainly. And where do you see 2023 and into 2024? Where do you see tech going?
Well, I think it's not going to be a rapid, I'd say acceleration through this the time that we're experiencing here. But I think we're going to see steady growth. You know, I often say there was a time Ottawa was viewed as Silicon Valley North. You know, it was on the map. And honestly, I think we're putting ourselves back on the map. It's a slow burn right now going through what I would call the post-pandemic blues here. But there are absolute signs of progression. So I'm pretty thrilled to be part of it.
Absolutely. And what do you think are some of the challenges or barriers that as a community we'll need to overcome as we go forward?
Well, one, I think, CEOs have to band together. One of the things I think that we don't always take for granted, well, we do take for granted, is how much talent we have here from a leadership perspective. And this is about the city. It's not just about individual companies. So one of the things I've learned personally is to, bond with other CEOs. There's so much talent in this city. I haven't done everything, but someone here has done what I need to do. So I might as well, link with all of the talent we have right in our doorstep. That's number one for me.
Totally. Collaboration is the key and working together. Exactly. So John, we're at a lively event here. What does John like to do for fun?
Well, people who know me know that I'm a closet rock drummer, and if I wasn't doing this, I'd be behind a set of drums in front of 50,000 screaming fans. That's what I
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, John. I appreciate it, and have a great time.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Hi, I'm here with Ashley Kennedy, CEO of Neurovine Brain Health. Ashley, how are you enjoying the event so far?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Awesome, great. So we're here for the Techopia magazine launch. Talk to me a little bit about your opinion on the state of tech in Ottawa currently.
Yeah, I think we have gone through a very interesting 3-year period where the tech companies in Ottawa have become efficient machines. And I think as we come out of this lockdown, we're ready to really see a season of growth. We have been able to hire incredible talent during the past 3 years. We've been able to attract talent from larger centers. So at Neurovine, we've been able to hire from Toronto, Montreal, and really bring that talent to the capital cities.
And what do you think some of the challenges that we can anticipate going into 2023 and 2024?
So of course it's raising capital. It's a bad time to raise money. Canadian companies need injection of capital to grow at the rate where we can be competitive globally.
Sure. And how do you see us progressing in the future? What do you think are some of the factors that we need to instill in order to be successful in the few years coming up?
Yeah, so specifically within health technology, really using artificial intelligence to grow our companies at a rapid rate is going to be very important. We are a leader in AI in Canada, specifically in Ottawa, and so I think that will be our big advantage.
Okay, awesome. And Ashley, tell me what you like to do for a good time.
Oh gosh, we've got 3 little kids.
Okay.
And so I love getting out skiing, out in the fresh air with my kids.
Oh, nice. I love skiing with my son, too. So how old are your kids?
Yeah, so 6, 8, and 10. They're braver than I am. little daredevils.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were able to get out to the event, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hi, I'm here with Aaron Smith, partner at EY. Aaron, building a better working world. That's our tagline for EY. Tell me a little bit about what that means to you at this event.
That means everything to us at EY. We're here to help our clients create lasting impact in the world, helping citizens access services through governance better, helping private businesses scale and deliver meaningful change that impacts people's lives in a better way. So we do that on a day-to-day basis at EY.
Great, and EY is obviously a lead sponsor for Techopia, so we thank you on behalf of that. Tell me a little bit about your perception of the state of tech in Ottawa right now.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the state of tech in Ottawa. There's always room to grow, but if you think about the companies, some of the ones represented in the magazine, some more ones, there's up and coming ones, there's big established ones that are putting satellites in the air and helping Canadians and people around the world better understand the movement of data, technology, companies helping supply chains, companies helping with the future of health, wellness, life sciences. Like, there's so much tech going on in Ottawa, it's really hard to keep track, and that's why we put the magazine together to try and get a finger on the pulse of what's cool right now.
That's amazing. So what are some of the challenges you foresee over the next couple of years?
I think access to talent is always a huge challenge we hear from our clients, getting the right talent in the right place. I think the pandemic obviously made things a little more accessible in terms of accessing talent in different markets and globally. At the same time, nothing beats getting a team together in an innovation session in person, really driving ideation and putting new ideas forward. So talent access is a huge one. And then access to capital, making sure that the companies here can scale and grow and have the same opportunities as companies in Silicon Valley to access the best capital, the best ideas to help propel growth.
Right, and so what role does EY play in helping to alleviate some of those challenges for tech companies in Ottawa?
Sure. We're working with companies here to help them build their workforce strategies that are resilient, help them think about supply chain and how to build a resilient supply chain ecosystem to access the important goods and services they need on a regular basis. Our capital markets team and our growth teams help clients think about growth in different ways all the time, organic, inorganic, and basically, we are a full service firm, so we're helping across lots of different issues on a regular basis.
Right. So tell me about what Aaron likes to do for a good time.
I love to hang with my kids, take them to soccer, go skiing, go snowboarding, and hang out and really watch them grow. And watching them grow gives me a lot of promise for the future of Ottawa.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great time at the event.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Take care. This is the very first edition of Techopia Insights Report, brought to you by EY. This would not be possible without our great sponsors, so thank you so much.
Techopia is brought to you by many great sponsors, such as EY, building a better working world. Number Crunch, offering virtual CFO services for SaaS companies. Pearlie Robertson Hill and McDougall, a leader in business and technology sector law. TD Bank, specialized programs for technology companies. The University of Ottawa Faculty of Engineering, creating the next generation of technical talent.
Hi, I'm here with Sasha Guerra, president at Calian. Sasha, tell me a little bit about your take on the state of the tech sector in Ottawa.
Well, Riaz, thanks for having me here. The tech sector in Ottawa, there's a real buzz going on. I've been around in tech here in Ottawa for over 20 years. I grew up in the hallways at Nortel and Carling. It was the Google of the day. And when you think about the year 2000, great companies, the Terry Matthews companies, the Newbridges, the Mitels, the Nortels, the JDSs, the Cognoses, and you remember those days, the Corels. We had a bit of a downturn for a period of time. It was a bit of a hangover after the bust. But now it's like, it's like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. You got great companies. I work at Calian. We're starting to do amazing things. We've got folks like Kinaxis, Rewind, Solus, Ascent Compliance. There's so many amazing companies, and it's just such a buzz, and it's a privilege to be part of the community here.
Awesome. And what do you think are some of the elements in order for the Ottawa tech sector to continue to progress over the next few years?
Listen, Riaz, the number one thing for the Ottawa tech sector is, if you think back to the good old days when we had 20 plus publicly traded companies, we're getting back there. We had mentorship and executives like Terry Matthews and Michael Copeland and Rand Zamanini, and the list goes on. We need more entrepreneurship in Ottawa. We need to hold on to our companies. When they scale past $100 million, we need to continue to endorse their growth. It's important for Canada, it's important for Ottawa. And there's so many companies in Ottawa that are under the radar. It's not just with the Kinaxis and the Shopifys and the Calians. There's so many under the radar that need the support. We need more entrepreneurs to help them scale up. That would be my number one.
Awesome. And what do you think are some of the challenges that we might face going into 2023 and 2024?
Look, there's no doubt. I mean, we're in a year, there could be a recession, who knows, right? That could be a challenge. We're seeing some of the bigger tech players potentially lay off. Maybe there'll be government austerity coming in at some point. We'll see, right? But I think as long as we stay the course. Last year we had over $1 billion of venture capital funding in the Ottawa ecosystem. This is incredible. Elspark's doing amazing things. Invest Ottawa, Sengen, the KRP Park. There's so much stuff going on, and we got to continue to put those dollars to good work and helping these startups to scale up.
Totally agree. So where do you see Calian going over the next few years?
That's a great question. Kevin Ford's a great guy. I've got an opportunity to work for him in the last 18 months. I'm so excited about our journey. We're on a route to become $1 billion company. When you hear stories about companies coming from the US and acquiring Canadian companies, we're actually doing the opposite. We're expanding our footprint. Our business is growing through acquisition and organically, and we're so proud to be proudly Canadian. We've been a company here for over 40 years, publicly traded since 93. This is a fact. If you go back to 1993, there was 7 IPOs that year. We're the only one left standing. And we're so proud of our Ottawa roots, and we're here to help grow the ecosystem. We just made a Series A investment in Field Effects Software, a local Ottawa cybersecurity company. We're here to support, but at the same time also help bring some of these ecosystems to the forefront of our customer base as well.
That's awesome. These are all great, awesome examples about Ottawa flourishing over the next few years. So Sasha, tell me a little bit about what you do for fun.
What I do for fun. So I'm a father of 3 kids, triplets, 2 boys and a girl.
Whoa.
We're an active family. We love being on the water. We do the hockey thing. We go skiing as a family. We love traveling. We're heading Cancun next week. It's great having some direct flights from Ottawa to Cancun. We need more of those, right? So we love doing that kind of stuff. We love Ottawa. We love Ottawa. We moved back from Toronto about 13 years ago and don't regret it one bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Sasha, thank you so much for joining me.
So much
Enjoy the event. Hi, I'm here with James Nguyen, CEO at Quantropy. James, thank you so much for joining me. Tell me a little bit about your take on the Ottawa tech community in 2023.
I'll say the Ottawa tech community in 2023 is very vibrant. We've come a long way. Tough times right now, as you probably know, but in times of chaos and challenging times is when the real winners come out. We need some tech heroes, and we got a lot of them ready here.
And what do you think are some of the contributing factors to the challenges that we're facing?
Contributing factors are definitely big economic headwinds that we've seen coming out of a global pandemic. Also, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world, right? And with Russia, Ukraine, and basically supply chain issues.
So what do you think are some of the opportunities for us and the keys to us being successful going forward?
I think some of the opportunities is always leverage what we have, right? We have a huge talent base. We've got some great universities. It's a great place to start a business, work. We got a great government programs to support us, like Invest Ottawa, and also organizations like Invest Ottawa, to support us as well.
Awesome. And tell me about Quantropy. What are some of the things that you're working on right now heading into this new year?
We're a cybersecurity company. We're here to really kind of protect the world from an upcoming threat that's not too far out the distance called a quantum attack. So basically, a quantum attack will be able to break, or make today's encryption obsolete or weaken it. So we're looking to protect the world against that.
And so, James, tell me a little bit about what you do for a good time here in Ottawa.
For a good time, I like to spend time with my kids, my family.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the event, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Michael Curran, publisher of Techopia Live and the Ottawa Business Journal. Michael, congratulations on the new magazine.
Thank you. We're excited to be here with all these tech leaders celebrating not only the magazine. The purpose was really to bring people together, right? We feel that there's not been enough connection because of the pandemic and many other factors. So it's great to talk about the magazine, but we also want to, help create some spark in the local community.
Awesome. So what would you say inspired the magazine?
So in a nutshell, OBJ does such day-to-day coverage of the technology sector, but if you think about it, it's very kind of minuscule little stories. And I guess the question on our head was, what is the bigger story? Like, what is the context of what's happening in the local technology community? And that's really what the magazine does. So it talks about the 75-year history of tech in Ottawa, talks about next-gen companies, flagship companies, some of the key issues, gender equity, venture capital. So we were trying to zoom out and provide people with a lot more context about what's happening in Ottawa.
Sure, so we're having a great party here for the launch. What has been the reception so far?
Well, I think people are thrilled. I think, it's so important to, this sector is so important to Ottawa. We're a town that kind of struggles with its identity. We've got the overwhelming presence of the federal government. We've got a great tourism sector that's struggling a little bit, but technology is like absolutely core to the future of this city from an economic perspective. It really is the private sector backbone of the city that are global players, bringing money from elsewhere and kind of repatriating it here. So anything we can do to support the tech sector, we're all on board.
And what can someone expect when picking up a copy of the new magazine?
Yeah, so the magazine's available in a printed format in limited quantities. For those of you that can't put their hand on a printed quantity, you can go to, let me get this right, Techopia-EY Insights.ca. Techopia-EY Insights.ca. So that's a direct link to the digital magazine. And we'll be repurposing all the content on the OBJ website in coming weeks too.
Awesome, great. One last question.
Yeah.
What does Michael Curran like to do for a great time?
Oh, wow. Well, this is it for part of it. I mean, there's a personal answer to that too. I like working out and doing some stuff like that. But being with business leaders who have a common vision of building our city, of making it more vibrant, of more economically successful, I think that makes me happy for sure. It's my mission. So.
Well, thank you. I mean, as a business owner in Ottawa, in the tech world, I want to thank you because you do so much for the community, and it so often gets underrepresented or underestimated, the power of the Ottawa Business Journal and Techopia. So thank you for all you do.
Thanks, Riaz, to you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me here at the launch of Techopia magazine. Look out for it coming soon to you, and thank you so much to our sponsors for supporting Techopia Live and the Ottawa Business Journal. We'll see you next time.